Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai. We present this class every Thursday night from 6 to 8 o'clock, and it's recorded on our website, kauaidharma.org. I'm Lama Tashi. And here in Hawaii, we have on each of the major islands, we have a Dharma Center. And this all started in the 90s here in Hawaii when Kala Rinpoche first came in 94. And with the kindness of Kala Rinpoche, that all developed into a major center on Oahu, a major center on Maui, many centers on the Big Island, and this Dharma Center called Kagyu Tupten Choling here on Kauai. This development came from the kindness of all the many lamas, men and women, who came here over a period of the last 40 years to bring the teachings of the Dharma not only to the people of Hawaii, but to the whole planet, and establish this for a long time to come in the future. I'm going to read from Lama Rinpoche's book, The Story of All of Us Simply Said, which I recommend any person who is spiritually inclined to become a kinder, more intelligent person, and especially if they're inclined to practice meditation. He says, in Tibet, the Lamas were known as the doctors of I and me. This was due to their complete understanding of the nature of mind and its strictly resident, the Dharma mind, or called the ego. The translation of this by Lama Rinpoche, from Lama Rinpoche's teachings, is a continual wisdom, and in this arrived the word he was asked, the existence of a soul. He says, conventional wisdom and certain religions use this as a definition of the mind. But in Tibetan Buddhism, the soul and the mind are the same thing. So when we use this terminology, we are in a state of consciousness that is completely embedded in the drama world, and we're aware of that. And that word, awareness, is what we use to escape all the pain and suffering of the drama world and open the door to your natural, innate, true wisdom mind. And it is based solely on the ability of a human being who finds him or herself in conditioned existence to move out of that unfavorable state of conditioned existence into a natural, clear, open, kind, considerate state of consciousness that is many, many times higher in intelligence. And we use the word awareness for that higher intelligence in many terms like Bodhisattva, Buddhas, Dakinis, and so forth. To start this process of opening the door to our wisdom nature, we have what is called the altruistic motivation, which is unique to all forms of spiritual practice on the planet. And it actually originated 2,600 years ago from the Buddha Shakyamuni, was enhanced by his teachings in India, passed by the wisdom masters and teachers to Tibet, one of whom we're going to do a practice tonight, Padmasambhava. And this altruistic motivation opens the door right away for an individual practicing the Dharma to access their wisdom nature, and especially for women who have the quality innate of intuitive awareness. You know, men can develop this quality, but women have it from birth because they're in charge of the birth process. And this is a very, very valuable tool in learning to harness and discipline your own mind, and with knowledge and the help of the Lama, move from that bound up state of conditioned existence into a state of liberation. And it goes like this. In order to attain enlightenment, that's the state of liberation, for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now altogether take refuge and when possible offer prostration. Now these last two terms, altogether take refuge, that one means that we're doing this with the aim that every sentient being, animal, human, or spirit, in the entire universe are doing this with us. And the whole purpose of all this is to liberate each and every one of them, which is infinite in number. And when we say offer prostration, this is the process to bring the body into this state of better health and liberation. And that prepares us for whatever we need to do in this life and for the door, entering the door of the next life. I'll chant that prayer in Tibetan. I'm doing this actually to communicate to the spirits that are infinite in number around me, and in everything. Dagdang Jowa Namke Tadang Yampe Stemchen Tamche Dudine Junte Jisi Changshu Ningpo Lachi Ki Bardu. Then we take refuge in the three jewels and the three roots of Tantra. And this sixfold refuge prayer we say in English and also in Sanskrit. We go for refuge to all the glorious Holy Lama. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas. Excuse me, we go for refuge to all the Idams, the deities gathered in our mandala. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all the Supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the Noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakinis, Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of the Dharma, which is our wisdom nature, and all of whom possess the eye of transcending awareness. And we chant that refuge prayer in Tibetan. And if you do prostration, you say this prayer with your prostration. Balden Lama Dampa Namla Chapsu Chio Yedam Chokor Gilatso Namla Chapsu Chio Sanjay Chom Dende Namla Chapsu Chio Dampe Chur Namla Chapsu Chio Palpe Gandum Namla Chapsu Chio Pao Kandro Chokyo Sume Sho Yeshe Ki Shendong Dempa Nama Chapsu Shio. Now, in the Buddhist tradition globally, you connect to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. The Buddha is actually the nature of all sentient beings. The yidams, or the deities, are the methods to connect to that. The refuge in the Buddha is your own refuge or your own nature, because it already exists in your consciousness. The supreme Dharma is the Dharma that the Buddha taught of the Sutra and Tantric tradition to free one through the Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana teachings. The Noble Sangha are all the lamas and teachers of this tradition. And the refuge and the dakinis and protectors they're the ones that enact the Buddha activity that removes obstacles and helps us to progress directly into the state of liberation called enlightenment or Buddhahood. Then with the altruistic motivation and the refuge of the 6 refuges, which become our support, those two together are put into action by the Bodhisattva training called Bodhicitta. And it goes like this. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, called the 6 perfections, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings, my mother. Then in Sanskrit, Sanjay Chodam Shoki Chodnama Jangshu Bardu Dagni Chapsuchi Dagi Jinso Jipe Sonaki Jola Benzer Sanjay Jupasho. And the 6 perfections of Bodhisattva Training School start with generosity, practice on both the conditioned existence and the moving in liberation towards your natural mind. That connects with the 2nd Bodhisattva, morality, ethics, and good manners. Practice again with wisdom and with worldly application. Patience is the 3rd, which is absolutely necessary for you to deal with your ego and to do practice and to deal with the outer world in its entirety. That's called, the 4th one is called diligence. Diligence, perseverance, is the practice of the first 3, then connect with the guidance of a Lama into the practice of meditation, using the 6 refuges and your imagination to move gradually away from all the pain and suffering of conditioned existence into this natural state of your own consciousness. And so those first 5 deal with all of the, what we call the relative situation of mind and this world around it. Then we directly, with the Lama's guidance, move into what is called the clear light nature of higher intelligence or awareness, which is present in the mind, but one must have a guide to connect to it. It is impossible to do it without the teachings and guidance of the Lama. So that's called insight. Generosity, morality, patience, perseverance, meditation, and the development of insight. Now those 6 are the basis of all Dharma practice, including the path of skillful means, which includes all the peaceful and protector deities, all the appropriate prayers for aspiration of what you're going to do with this life and next life, and the development of timeless awareness, which is simply not depending on the structure of time, moving into a state of consciousness that is not bound by time. There's no beginning, middle, or end to either the relative world or the natural world of your own mind. So that said, we'll do the first practice tonight, which will be the practice of the three lights meditation practice with the breath. And then we're going to move into that, to the five elements healing practice, which is not only a training in meditation, but it's a direct connection to your natural mind and the use of it to bring your body into states of good health, physically, mentally, emotionally, and most importantly, spiritually. Sit with your back straight, hands on your knees or in your lap, comfortable. Head slightly tilted forward, mouth closed, unless you can't breathe through your nose. Eyes open, softly gazing to the space 2 feet in front. And if you can't do that, then you can close them. Then you bring your awareness, your focus, to your breath. The simple breath is the diaphragm is expanding and contracting with the inhale and exhale. The more powerful method of breathing is to blend the elements of the air coming in with the elements in your body and then send that out as a higher form of healing energy to all the beings around you and your environment. So to start, inhale. As the air comes in, imagine it as white light filling your lungs. The absorption breath or middle breath is the spontaneous energy of the elements in the air passing through every cell in your body as red light. Visualize that. Then bring these two light codes together and exhale blue light out your nose to space to the benefit of all beings inhabiting space. Again, inhale white light, fill your lungs. Absorption breath, visualize as red light through every cell in your body. These two together, exhale blue light out your nose to space. The color of my shirt. The color of the sky. After about 21 breaths, which connects you spiritually to everyone in the universe, then you start the 5 elements healing practice. Tonight we're going to use the element earth. And tonight's practice with the medicine Buddha will enhance that even more. Take it to its ultimate level. But for now, take your focus off the breath. Bring the 3 lights, visualize them all coming together and contracting to a tiny particle in the center of your heart chakra, in the central channel of your life force. When you have that point, you're actually accessing the infinite light of boundless space. So relax for a few moments in that energy program, which is the basis of everything. Be present and contemplate space, the mother element. Now what you are doing with this contemplating basic space is centering yourself in your own natural, ultimate nature of mind. And you do this because this is the energy of everything that you sense, think about, and actually do. Then focusing on that particle in the center of your heart chakra, expand it to a small sphere of clear light about the size of a kernel of corn. Then keep expanding that small sphere until it attains the shape of a 6-sided yellow or gold cube, which we will label Earth. Then see that 6-sided cube, yellow in color, about the size of your thumbnail in the center of your heart chakra, your heart mind. The heart mind is the mind of kindness. So with this practice, which is all about healing, we're extending this kindness not only to our own situation, but to the universe, the world around us. And when you can see that 6-sided cube, visualize it to move out in front of your heart chakra and up before your eyes, 2 feet in front. For those of you who had your eyes closed, open them about halfway. Look at the space in front of you, and with your imagination, together with your sight, visualize this healing energy symbol in front of your eyes, about arm's length in front. Then imagine it to grow in size large enough that you can see your physical body sitting inside, like a large yellow room, cube shape made of light, labeled Earth. Expanded in size now to enclose this island of Kauai and surrounding ocean, or the town or city or large area of where you're doing this practice. And this way, you're extending the kindness of this healing practice to others. Then expand your dimension of influence so that this six-sided cube completely encloses Mother Earth, including her atmosphere. In this way, you extend it to all beings on Mother Earth and to her environment. Then visualize it to grow in size to completely enclose our entire solar system. Billions of miles in diameter, inside. Then visualize it to grow to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. Then move beyond the boundaries of your limited imagination, your conceptual mind, to merge this symbol with boundless space. Again, contemplate the mother element of space. Simply stay present, no meditation, relax. Then return from this boundless situation by again inventing the cube with your imagination to enclose the galaxy. Then the yellow cube is shrunk to size, just enclosing the solar system. Smaller and smaller, just to enclose Mother Earth. Then reduce it in size to just enclose your city, town, and for us here in Hawaii, on Kauai, just this island inside. Then take of all that energy psychically created by your own mind and shrink the cube to just enclosing your physical body, just as you are, inside. End the practice by bringing the cube visualized to its original small size in front of your eyes. Drop it to chest level, bring it into your heart chakra. Shrink it down to the particle and again blend with basic space. No meditation. Relax. Be present. Giving yourself space is the ultimate healing remedy for all forms of dis-ease. The ultimate act of kindness. To end your practice, bring your awareness in front of your eyes and spread it into your place of practice. And dedicate the virtue of this activity to all sentient beings in the entire universe, that they may realize their own true nature. Great. The five elements cannot be separated from the path to enlightenment of your own five inner wisdom natures, which all beings possess. These five distinct energy fields is the nature of the universe. It is also the nature of your natural mind. And using the five elements, you've color code, you've connected directly to this innate nature through your mind. And the mind we're incorporating is called the heart mind. So we're moving away from the smart mind, the drama mind. Actually, the smarter and wealthier and healthier you get, the more problems. So be careful. Intelligence is not being smart. Intelligence is a higher application of kindness that directly benefits living beings and the environment around you. And the highest intelligence is beyond conception, which is beyond smartness. So I'm giving you a definition of awareness. Now, the awareness that we're talking about is an antidote to the categories of the 584,000 emotional afflictions that we all have. And these are bound into what they call 8 drama worlds, 8 drama social energy program. And we all have the involvement with these 8. Praise and blame, disgrace and fame, pleasure and pain, and loss and gain. Now, how do we connect to these, the structure of these 8 social energy programs that permeate every part of our involvement with others in the environment? Is by understanding that the elements that we use as antidote to healing are treating what we call the effects, not the cause, of disease or pain or suffering. So by using anger itself, you can develop, with the guidance of a Lama, into the energy field of mirror-like wisdom, which means simply that everything in the universe and everyone in it is interconnected to you already, and you have responsibility for that. That's called mirror-like wisdom. That's this statue. Aksobhaya Buddha, with the hand-touching gesture. So that's an energy field that carries its own antidote. Jealousy is the second one, 24,000 versions of this jealousy or envy that cause everything like war, social disruption, obnoxious behavior, whatever. And it carries its own antidote and activity, understanding that everything is interconnected. You take on the Bodhisattva training program with the guidance of a Lama. That's the antidote. That's called the action energy field. And the mind's energy field of ignorance, delusion, all kinds of states of stupidity, bewilderment. This is the clear light nature of your mind that has no judgment. But it also has the program with the guidance of a Lama of how to use that to free yourself from the 8 worldly dharmas. Then pride, this is actually the cause of suffering in all the heavenly realms and all the higher states of human existence. This pride or arrogance leads to what they call self-aggrandizement, which you can recognize in many, many states of our social society, like politics, religion, corporations, families. It's simply the need to be adored. That's called aggrandizement. Great word. And all the celestial beings of all the religious traditions, including Buddhism, have that. And the antidote for that is simply level the playing field. Everyone is equal, every sentient being, from heaven to hell and in between, animal world, spirit world, all of it, equal. And this helps you to get a handle on this emotion of arrogance that you're superior and somebody else is less than. And the last one, this is a doozy. This is why you took birth. This is how you got yourself into this human condition. Desire, attachment, which if you find yourself in the human condition, leads to more and more never satisfied, greed, More is not enough. And this carries its own antidote, which is simply knowing your own true nature, moving out of the ego, soul, self-centric situation of conditioned existence, which is all 5 of these, into the clear light nature of your own mind, which is called discerning awareness. This discerning awareness takes away all the stupidity and all the craving and neediness that you find yourself in the human condition. It works. And so if you can get one of these, I mean understand, the other 5 start to blend right in. They're not separate. It's like the 5 elements. The 5 elements aren't separate. You can't have one without the other 4. So in your Buddha nature, your natural mind of non-judgmental awareness, this is Bodhisattva training to the max. And so the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines and all of the deities with the help of the lamas is using them to purify yourself, which is what we're going to do next in this class. It's very appropriate, as Lama Rinchen says in his book, The Story of All of It. Moving right along, now we're going to do a meditation practice on the reincarnated Buddha called Padmasambhava. Now, Padmasambhava appeared in the 8th century in northern India and was invited to come to Tibet to purify their terrible situation that was enveloping their complete whole society, all the way up into Mongolia, over into China, and west towards Russia. So we're going to do this practice, but a short practice. And then from this, we're going to do the medicine Buddha practice for the planet and everybody in it and on it. But we're doing this practice to clear all sources of negative energy that each one of us involves differently, because each one of us has different negative tendencies. And Abby and I do this practice a lot, almost daily, and sometimes at night, when we are bound in with negative energy coming in the form of spirit, hexes, curses, hatred and anger by others, whatever. And so all of that unhealthiness, this practice quickly purifies. And yeah, and sometimes it takes us a few minutes, and sometimes it takes us a few hours. But it works. So I'm presenting this in its short form. I'm showing you the picture of Padmasambhava in union with his consort Yeshe Tsogyal. And the 2 of them together cause what we are doing tonight. The seed syllable is whom, same as the medicine Buddha, which we're going to do next. And you start your practice by having taken refuge and engendering this bodhicitta together with the altruistic motivation. Then you say this 7-line prayer. And it starts with the sounding of the healing sound, which is all pervasive and covers all aspects of healing. Hum, which looks like that. Looks like a tilted 5 with a little question mark under and a hook and like a sun and a moon above it. It is pronounced Ha, U, M, Hung, or in some dialects in Tibet, Hung, H-U-N-G. This stack seed syllable is everything that you are doing in these two dimensions of practice, the relative and the ultimate. Now sound the hum 10 times. The first 3 are for your body, speech, and mind. The next 4 are for bringing those together in practice for excellent results. And the third is that you enter into the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya levels of the path of skillful means, deity yoga. This is a deity yoga, this is a deity yoga, Tara, Chenrezig. All of these work, but this one is to clear immediately problems in your relationships with the world around you and the negative energy of others, animals, humans, and spirit. Om, Om, Om. Om, 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 Om. Om, Om, Om. Then you say this prayer. Om, born in the northwest land of Odayana, on the pollen bed of a lotus stem, you wondrously attained the supreme accomplishment of life birth in the human condition. You are renowned as the lotus born, surrounded by an infinite retinue of many dakinis. Dakinis are the female protectors of the Dharma and enactors of Buddha activity. So you have a cloud of these around you. Following after you, I will perfect myself. Come now, I pray, bestow your blessings. Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. So Guru is the Lama. Padma is a lotus family that you're taking either desire around birth in the human condition or light birth, which is what this Lama, this yogi did. Siddhi means accomplish whatever is appropriate. Hum, for infinite healing in this human condition and all the other realms of animals and spirits. And there's a picture of him as a kid. Another prayer to Padmasambhava is this one, which is in this text. Om, on the northwest border of Kashmir, called Odayana, and on the pollen heart of a lotus flower, you attained marvelous human birth and excellent city or accomplishment. Renowned as the lotus born, you are surrounded by a retinue of dakinis, infinite as space. As I practice following in your footsteps, I pray you approach, confer your blessings. Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Now we're going to say the mantra. So either one of those two opening prayers you can choose, or both. Please come and confer your blessings which spontaneously accomplish whatever is appropriate in our wishes. Om Ahum Vajra Pema Dakini Siddhi Hum. 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 Om Ahum Vajra Lotus 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 Dakini Siddhi Hum. Hey, whatever number you do, you're visualizing yourself as Guru Rinpoche in union with Yeshe Sogyal, the first Lama of Tibetan Buddhism, who spread the Dharma teachings throughout Tibet. So those two together with the infinite number of Dakinis as your retinue, and I'm talking about highest Buddha Dakinis, Bodhisattva Dakinis, heavenly Dakinis, human world Dakinis, elemental Dakinis of the spirit world. All these classes, all represented around you in space with the mantra, Om, Ahum, Vajra Guru, Lotus Dakini, Siddhi Hum. And when you finish your session, use your intuitive awareness to see if you feel clearer, more open, more kind, less emotionally conflicted. If not, Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Yogini Padma Siddhi Hum. So however you sound this mantra, you're visualizing yourself and all sentient beings as these two proliferating space with the Dakini energy that carries all the Buddha activity that's necessary in your situation. And everybody's different. We're all equal. So the path of skillful being is to cover this infinite number of different of these negative tendencies that each of us possess, and the outer obstructions they cause. It all starts inside, then goes out here. Then you deal with that inside. That brings purification. Very powerful practice. Now we're going to do the medicine Buddha practice, which heals physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And even though we do all these practices with the altruistic motivation, that all of the practices enforce each and every other practice, and they're all equal in accomplishment, they each have what they call an application. And you can sound this application, you can write it down. What do you want to purify? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to get rid of? That's the best way to say this. Not what do you want to get. What do you want to clear yourself of? Negative situations arising. Harmful emotions, conflicting emotion. Social discourse, unfavorable, and so forth. Environmental problems. You determine. But ultimately, everybody on this planet right now is in the same predicament you are. Oh. Here in Hawaii, we're being overpopulated is the best way to put it. We're being invaded by humans, coming in from everywhere. And that's a world problem. This is happening everywhere on the planet. And so 8 billion humans running everywhere. Overactivity and constant frustration is their theme. So when we view this planet, tonight we're going to view the planet as the first aim of the purification of this practice to deal with that, to give us a break. Somehow, some way, bring this back into what energy fields that are more appropriate, social endeavors that are more appropriate, environmental programs that are more appropriate, political programs that are more appropriate, religious programs that are more appropriate. You choose. So you visualize the medicine Buddha sitting on Mother Earth. That's this cross fascia right here. So the earth is the 5 antidotes to emotional dysfunction. That's inside the earth. You visualize Mother Earth just as she looks from space. Beautiful, blue, white clouds, everything. Medicine Buddha above. And then you start the practice by all of your mantra, all of your loving kindness, all of your altruistic compassion, all unconditionally applied to every being in and on the planet, in the ocean, on the land, everything. Then once you get going with that, then understand that there's no limit to this, because there isn't. It spreads out through space. Goes everywhere, all the 6 realms, 4 spirit world, and wherever planets, animals, and humans take birth. Cleared, purified, however you want to think of it. Everything brought back into states of good health, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Then, as you get the mantra going in your visualization, bring the earth into your heart center, this tiny sphere of life. and merge it with the seed soluble hum. So the earth and the hum are together in your heart chakra. Looks like this, with the hum inside of it in your heart center, surrounded by rainbow light, 5 colors of rainbow light, which is the symbol of the 5 wisdoms and 5 elements which create everything. Again, sit with your back straight. Breathe. We start with the 3 lights meditation. This is to bring the empowerment of the Lama and all the lineages of Tibetan Buddhism which do this practice into you, into your situation, just as it is. Inhale white light, fill your lungs. Hear the sound Om. The energy of the 5 elements as white light in your lungs permeates every cell in your body with red light flashing through your body. Bring these 2 codes together. Oh, hear the sound Ah. With the inhale of white light into your lungs, you hear the sound Om. The spontaneous energy through your body as red light, you hear the sound Ah. Then you bring these 2 codes together, exhale blue light out your nose to everyone, everywhere in space. Hear the sound Hum, the roar of the lion. You breathe the codes of the 3 lights with the 3 sounds. And then, after a few breaths, imagine the Lama in front. Any Lama. This Lama, any Lama. I like Kala Rinpoche, Karmapa, Dalai Lama, Lama Tenzin, Lama Rinchen. I have my favorites, but everybody can use whoever they want. If you have one, you have them all. And when you have these 3 codes, these 3 lights, permeating your body, your consciousness, and imagine the Lama in front with 3 lights, white, red, and blue, coming into you from the Lama's 3 places. White light from the Om in the Lama's head to your head, red light from the Ah in the Lama's throat to your throat, and blue light from the healing blue Hung in the Lama's heart to your heart. When you can see these 3 lights shining simultaneously into your 3 places, the 3 sounds Om, Ah, Hum are in your 3 places in the central channel. Then you visualize the Lama merging into you like water into water. Then the 3 lights Om, Ah, and Hum all come together in the heart chakra. Once you stabilize the Hum, then you sound it 10 times. Hum, Hum, Hum. And 4 more with the union, empowerment. Hum, 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 Hum. Then 3 more for the wisdom empowerment. Hum, Hum, Hum. Then you visualize yourself as the medicine Buddha, blue in color. I like this color, but whatever color you like. Sitting with the hands resting on the right hand holding the myrobalan fruit for healing the body, and the left hand holding the begging bowl of wisdom light for healing the mind. And you sound the mantra. You're blue in color, you wear the robes of a lama, you're sitting on a lotus sun and moon disk. And I said before, you're visualized above Mother Earth to start with. And as we progress, we'll bring the earth into our heart chakra. Tadyatha, excuse me. Tadyatha, Om, Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji. That's blue light applied to the body, speech, and mind. Maha Bhikanji, Rajda Samangati Soha, means moving from conditioned existence into the ultimate nature of the pure light of your non-judgmental state of awareness. Enlightenment, Buddhahood, Dzogchen, Mahamudra, whatever you want to call it. It's simply a state of perfect, relaxed, timeless awareness with no judgment. Tadyatha, Om, Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangate, Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangate, Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangate, Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. If you're using the Indian dialect, it's Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. So this mantra is arranged, the letters starting with Om, around the letter Om inside your heart chakra, faced outward. Stationary. Then a 5-colored sphere of light around it. In the center of your heart chakra, about the size of your thumbnail. If it has to be bigger, it's okay. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. Tadyatha Om Bhikanji, Bhikanji, Maha Bhikanji, Raja Samangati Soha. And all your kindness flowing downward into the earth below you, to all the beings that inhabit the ocean, the land, the atmosphere, everything, everyone. Animals, humans, and spirits, from the center of the planet to the sky. Tajatam Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rasa Samagati Soha. Tajatam Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rasa Samagati Soha. Tajatam Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rasa Samagati Soha. Tajatam Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja 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 Samagati Soha. And if you have special intention of healing with this mantra for individuals or social structures or environmental healing, you discern. Use your discerning awareness, or just all of that in total, from the home energy, ultimate healing. Tajatam Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. 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 You can sing the mantra, you can make up your own vibration sounds, like you do with the Prajnaparamita mantra. Tadyata Om Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyata Om Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyata Om Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. But however you're doing it, you're extending the kindness of your own compassionate heart, altruistically and unconditionally applied to every being and every situation on this planet and throughout the entire universe. Then see the planet move into your heart center and the home inside of it. So the blue sphere is the planet, and a 5-colored rainbow light around it, as small as you can visualize it. Tadyata Om Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. 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 Now you see the planet in your heart chakra as a bodhisattva training ground, and every being in it and on it a potential Buddha. And in between meditation sessions, that's the way you view the world around you. This is a Buddha field. Everybody in it's a potential Buddha. You don't know who is or who is not a bodhisattva. Tadyata Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyata Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tajatom Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rasa Samagati Soha Tajatom Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rasa Samagati Soha Tajatom Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rasa Samagati Soha. And you as a medicine Buddha, visualize yourself in a worldly realm, perfectly beautiful natural environment. Mountains, lakes, streams, forests, islands, however you want, sun and moon in the sky, everything natural, beautiful, just like it is. Tadyadom Viganji Viganji Ma Viganji Raja Samagati Soha 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 Tadyata Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rajda Samungate Soha Tadyata Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rajda Samungate Soha Tadyata Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rajda Samungate Soha. Samungate means ultimate nature is equal to consciousness of the highest states of awareness as intelligence based on loving kindness and unconditional love. Soha means this energy program goes to everyone in space, and is timeless, always increasing. Soha. Tadyadom Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rajda Samgati Soha. Tadyadom Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rajda Samgati Soha. Tadyadom Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Rajda Samgati Soha. Tadyatha is the mind of all of the guides of this tradition, all of the lineages, all the way back to Shakyamuni Buddha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tadyatha Om Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Raja Samagati Soha. Tajato Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Vasasamagati Soha Ma Vikanji Vasasamagati Soha Tajato Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vasasamagati Soha Tajato Vasasamagati Soha Tajato Vasasamagati Soha Tajato Tajato Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Vasasamagati Soha 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 Tajato Vikanji Vikanji Ma Vikanji Vasasamagati Soha. Then you as a medicine Buddha, all sentient beings as potential bodhisattva, visualize them as Padmasambhava and Yeshe Soiga, infinite in number, and all the Dakini filling space, completely immersing this planet and all the beings in it in healing energy, everything restored to perfect health, physically, mentally, emotionally, and most importantly, spiritually. Then you dissolve all of the Dakini energy and all of the Guru's energy into you, all sentient beings, 6 classes of migrating sentient beings into you. Then you dissolve into the home in the world visualized in your heart chakra together with the mantra. Then the home in a 5-colored sphere of light disappears into the center of the earth, into a tiny particle. And that merges with the infinite light of boundless space, your natural state. Be present and relax. No meditation. In the ultimate nature, your non-judgmental state of awareness. the basis of all healing, bliss, ultimate bliss. Everything that spontaneously arises from your physical sensations and from your conditioned conscious awareness arises, appears, and disappears into non-judgmental mind, like space. Non-judgmental mind applied to the body. Follow the sound of the bell. Non-judgmental mind applied to your speech and all sound. Non-judgmental mind applied to the idea of a mind or soul. When you arise from this accomplishment state of bliss or highest awareness, called Mahamudra, Dzogchen, the great perfection, the middle way, your energy field is the world around you. Your practice is the sentient beings. Your purpose is both relative symptomatic healing and causal healing. We call ultimate healing. So some of the practices help us with symptomatic physical situations that we have with our body or our karma with others or the environmental world around us, which is greatly disturbed. In any case, the medicine Buddha is visualized like the teacher, like the Lama monk, in this case, wearing golden robes, the medicine bowl protecting the wisdom of the 5 elements, which are the 5 dhyana Buddhas, the right hand on the right knee holding the myrobalan fruit, sun and moon in the sky, coming out of an empty mirror, the natural state of your mind, with everything connected. That's this blue sphere around the head. Blue in color is a symbol, ultimate symbol of healing. Sitting on a lotus sun and moon disk means taking a body of light to train humans in the human condition. That's the lotus, sun and moon disk. He's on a lion throne with 4 lions facing in 4 directions. And the center support is we call 4-pronged dorje with the clear light mirror in the middle connecting. So these 4-pronged dorje is equanimity, skillful action, discerning awareness, and interconnectedness, or mirror-like wisdom. In the middle clear light sphere is your unconditional mind. Now, non-judgmental mind is easy to understand. When you sense something or think about something, you've already judged it. Oh. Yeah, from birth. In the womb. Even before, that's why you took birth in your mother's womb, out of this judgmental mind, this desire. But how did you judge it? Well, you prejudge things you don't like as bad. You prejudge things as you like as good. You prejudge that some situations are higher, divine, and supernatural, which is not true. It's a made-up story. And it causes arrogance. And then you discern other things that are inferior, less than. Then pride, jealousy, anger, attachment, ignorance, delusion. The whole human race is deluded from birth. So we want to take the causal activity of your wisdom mind and symptomatically treat the body for its conditions because of the mind. Because everything that you think of and sense with your physical body, see, smell, taste, touch, and feel, sets off a trigger in the brain that causes secretions to come through your body. The result, a clogged body. So we have what we call empty body meditation, empty speech, empty mind. That's called Buddha. It's a made-up word. Bu, means how does it appear? Da, empty. Vibration, empty vibration. Appearance and empty vibrations is your deluded mind and your body supporting that. So the lion throne is the sound of the roar of the highest states of intelligence that are now present on the planet today. Karmapa, Kalayantsi Rinpoche, the Dalai Lama, here in Hawaii, Lama Rinchen, Lama Tempa, Lama Gelsen, Lama Yeshe, she's on the Big Island, Lama Greg, we have many, Lama Debola, Lama Karma Dorji. But in any case, this is how you symbolize the medicine Buddha in a natural setting of plants, animals, rivers, mountains, oceans, islands, lakes, clouds, sun and moon. The more you can see in your imagination, and the more you can use your awareness as focus, the more accomplishment of what's appropriate enters into your situation. And that's the benefit of all Dharma practice. So having explained that, as Lama Rinchen said, practice as much as you can, not just for yourself. That's Hinduism. That's Hinayana. You want to move from the Hinayana level of self-realization to the Mahayana and Vajrayana levels of Bodhisattva training so that we become the mind of our highest states of awareness. The Dharmakaya, the all-pervasive nature, the Sambhogakaya, the bliss radiance of the deity, teaching us, and the Nirmanakaya of those two active in you on a planet. This life, future life, with no end in sight, timeless awareness. It says, Lama Rinchen says in the last page of his book, this is the page of the dedication. We all begin practicing the Dharma. The first thing to do is look closely at our attitudes for doing the practice and about what the results will be. We do this so that we can try to form some new mental habit that will make daily activities more positive, healthy, and appropriate. Our daily habits are usually very strong and deeply integrated. We usually have difficulty admitting to ourselves that we have some things that we could improve on and actually get rid of, and that we could develop and keep and actually do a daily practice. You start with the morning, and then morning and evening, then eventually 24/7. We begin to see our inner motivations that might make us want to change our views a little bit for the better. The importance of practice is used to change our mental attitudes from thinking only about our own self to thinking of others. When you dedicate this benefits from this kind of activity, all the positive acts, Dharma practitioners, and motivation of your practice, you can see what they have done, and you dedicate them all to all other beings. Of course, you're not included. Of course, you're included. Some people say, well, I dedicated all to all beings, I'm not included. There's no separation. That's the medicine Buddha. The purpose of dedication is to shift thoughts from intense concentration that we have of our own self to having concern for others. This is the beginning of growth of loving kindness and altruistic compassion. The nature of spiritual growth is to work on purifying our mind, not to blame others for our problems, that constantly arise in our lives. Our human life is a good opportunity for spiritual development and working on spiritual growth. So don't waste it on selfishness. Then he has a dedication prayer here, which we're going to read. By this merit of these practices, may all beings gain omniscience and defeat all the enemies that harm them. Thus may they be liberated from this world, which is like an ocean disturbed by the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. I dedicate this merit that I may follow in the footsteps of Manjushri, Vajrasattva, Chenrezig, Tara, and others. Those who know the truth of the essential nature of things and of the Buddha Kunto Zonpo too, my root lama. Through this virtue, may all beings gather the accumulations of spiritual merit and awareness. May they obtain the two supreme vehicles or kayas which arise from spiritual merit and awareness. By the blessing of the three bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of the Dharma itself being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of the Sangha, that says, being unwavering, may this dedication prayer be fulfilled. And this is the result. Kewadi Nurdu Da, Chagya Champo Drugir Name, Trova Chengpe Malu Pa, Te Sala Gopar Sho, Sanjay Kusum Nimpai Jim Ladam, Shoni Mager Nimpai Jim Ladam, Gendu Miche Nimpai Jim Laki, Shitar Gomwa Monong Drew Par Sho. By this virtue of having realized Mahamudra, may I quickly establish all beings without a single exception in that state. By the blessings of the three vehicles of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of the Dharma itself being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of us, the Sangha, being unwavering, may this and all dedication prayers be fulfilled. May all the lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity. May all their appropriate wishes be fulfilled. May all sentient beings be removed from suffering. May all sentient beings be in a state of complete health, established in bliss by our practice, and become completely emotionally stable, free of anxiety, depression and fear, attachment, aversion, pride, and jealousy, stupidity, bewilderment, and ignorance. Yuchiche, aloha and tashi dele. Thank you very much. Mahalo. Be safe.